What's up, guys? I want to show a 7-part choke series from the back to give you guys some ideas for submissions that you can do once you get behind somebody. That way, if you go for a choke and they start to block, we can start transitioning off to other attacks. So we're going to make the assumption I got my opponent's back here, and there's different ways we can get this position, but essentially we're going to want to start in this position here with both the hooks in, and we're going to use a seatbelt grip here, right? And like Abmar Barbosa likes to tell me, you know, you want to grab that pinky up here on that hand here. And there's a good reason for that. A lot of times, as soon as you get your opponent down, you know, they're going to drop the chin to the chest because they don't want to be choked. So by having the thumb down and grabbing the hand, we can pull into the jaw and start to lift the neck up. And this is going to allow us to have room to get the forearm across the neck. Okay, so one more time, we're going to start with the seatbelt grip, thumb down. We're grabbing the hand here, and like the pinky, pulling into the jaw. We're going to lift up here. Okay, as I lift here, the first choke is going to be a one-arm choke. So my hand's going to come across and grab Christy's trap here, like on the shoulder. All right, remember we want to be using the blade edge of the forearm here. All right, so you don't want to go like a rear naked yet, where you're bringing the elbow in front of the neck. We want to keep that forearm in front. Okay, so one more time, I pull in, right? Christy's chin's down, I pull in. I roll the thumb up and grab the shoulder trap area, and I like to grab this wrist here to help try to stop the blocking. You know, to stop her from using two hands on one and start trying to escape the choke. So I'll grab this arm here. Now what I'm doing is I'm bringing my right elbow back to her shoulder, and I'm using the side of my head to press into her head here. I'm going to pull and tap. Okay, so one more time. I pull in, I'm grabbing the pinky, I'm pulling in, roll the thumb up, grab the trap in the wrist. I'm going to bring my elbow back and drive with the head here and tap. Now, the next thing that may happen is that, you know, you maybe go too far, like you go to set it up, or you just like the rear naked choke, right? So we can go for the rear naked, same position. We'll pull in, we'll lift. We won't just go for this choke. We'll slide a little farther. Okay, I still like to control this arm. I pull the arm out, grab inside the bicep, back of the hand to the head here. Same thing, I'm pushing with my head. And I'm pressing with the side of my hand here, squeeze and tap, okay? So one more time. 1, 2, I come all the way across this time. I bring my elbow in front of the neck. I have the forearm on one side of the carotid artery, my bicep on the other, right? I'm controlling the wrist. Maybe I'm not getting this choke, so we have enough room here for the rear naked. I pull my hand out, grab the bicep, and I come behind the head here, squeeze, press, with both your arm in the side of your head here, okay? But a lot of times, right, as you pull that hand out, right, Christy's going to look and she's going to start to block, right? It's the number one way to start, you know, stopping the rear naked is to stop that hand from coming behind the head. So when we get this here, I'm going to slide the forearm, the razor's edge, back across the neck. I'm going to pull the hand back, and I'm going to S-grip my hands here, okay? I'm putting the back of my hand on the shoulder, or the trap here, and my forearm's coming to the back. Same movement as the first choke. I'm going to bring my elbow back to her right shoulder, so I'm pulling in and back. Okay? I'm doing this motion here. I'm pulling in and back. All right? So we went for the rear naked here. I lift. I pull out. I'm going for the rear naked. She blocks. I slide my hand back. I S-grip top of the hand on her trap. I'm still pressing with my head here. I'm pulling in and elbow back at the same time here and tap, okay? So one more time. We lift the chin up. I'm looking for the one-arm choke. I can't get it. I slide the arm a little bit farther. I go for rear naked. She blocks. I pull my hand back. I S-grip, and I look for the choke here, okay? Pulling the elbow across and forearm in. Now what happens is when you got a strong opponent, you're going for this choke, they like to do 2-on-1. Or right here, right? They start pulling, and you're like, I can't pull in. So what are we going to do? We're going to drive the neck into the hands. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab inside the sleeve, come behind the head. I'm driving forward with my right hand and pressing with my left here. And we're going to drive basically her neck into her knuckles. Okay, so now we can come into Ezekiel here. All right, so one more time. I was going for like that rear naked. She blocked here. I slid the hand back. I wanted this S-grip choke. She blocks. I grab inside the sleeve. Right? I come behind the head. I'm pressing the back of her neck with this hand here, and I'm extending. All right? And tap. All right? So now, another option we can do is take the gi route. So it was a combination of no-gi. The first 2 chokes were no-gi, and then we went into that gi option with that Ezekiel. All right, but now we can go straight into gi options. Same thing. I can be here. I got my seatbelt grip. Right, the hand under the armpit is going to grab the lapel. I'm going to turn the lapel out. Right, we want to make a handle with this. The hand is going to slide up. Thumb slides in deep, man. You should have the hand as far as you can. Right, Admiral says like 95, 99% of the choke is off this first hand. And now it's just a matter of what we're going to do with the second hand. All right, so the first thing I like to go for is here half Nelson choke. I bring my arm out to the elbow joint so I have more leverage. I like to lift up here, come behind the head, and I'm going to press with this hand on the outside of my hand, right? Behind her neck, and I'm straightening my right arm. So this hand on the lapel is going to straighten. All right? So one more time, I got the seatbelt grip. I grab 1, 2, we slide deep. Right? You see I'm turning the lapel out to make a handle and pulling down and sliding the hand up. My hand now comes to the elbow joint. I come up behind the head, and I'm going to straighten my right arm and press with this left here at the same time and tap. Okay, one more. Straighten and press. Now what happens is you're going to have this grip. This is the most important grip, right? And we go for this half Nelson, and your opponent's strong, right? So they start flexing the elbow down. You can't lift up. So now we're going to look for that far side lapel. Come across here, right? I'm going to straighten both the arms. And we're going to go for a zipper choke. So we're looking to cross our hands and straighten them out. All right? 1, I go for the half Nelson. She blocks. Switch to the far side lapel. Lean back and I straighten my arm out here and tap. All right? One more time. 1, 2. Change the zipper, okay? Now, what happens is she might block, right? You go to get go for the zipper, right? We went for the half Nelson, she blocks. I go for the zipper, she blocks. I'm going to pull my hand out, come to the leg, right? My left leg is going to come across the waist, right? And I'm driving or swinging my right leg around onto the shoulder here, all right? And I'm going to twist fast and hop into bow and arrow. So we're pulling the leg towards the head and straightening my right arm like this. All right, one more time. 1, I go for the half Nelson. I switch to zipper. She blocks zipper. I pull the hand out. Look for the pant leg here. I'm going to swing my left across the waist as my right goes onto the shoulder here. All right, I'm going to pull the knee towards me and straighten the right arm here. Okay, one more time. 1, 2, 3, and come here. Okay. All right, guys, I hope you like the series. I didn't try to get too complex with it. So some of you guys, new guys that have been watching the videos training, you're able to try to get some of these down. But it's important to be able to transition your attacks. I did a video the other day, and it was like all attacks from side control. And you can see that they flow together. That's what we're looking to do. Is you're not going to get that first position. You're going to have to start transitioning through them and trying to catch your opponent, slipping. That's what they say with high level belts. They always feel like they're steps ahead. It's just they already know the next move. They already know what they're looking for. So they're 3, 4 moves ahead in advance while you're still trying to block one. So having a combination of attacks is really going to help get your offense off. And that's important as far as having good jiu-jitsu. All right, guys, I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you enjoyed the choke series. And we'll see you guys soon.